The world is your runway.
Alright, so let's just get into it. I thought I would rank all the seasons. We have God tier. So God tier is obviously, it's God tier. It's great television, great queens, great cast, great moments. Then we have the second tier list, great TV. It's not God tier, but it's a damn good season. And then I have for the mid tier, it's like good moments, but it's just okay. Maybe the pacing's off, maybe the cast isn't quite up to snuff. Then we have boring. Now, these last two categories, they're both bad, but like in different ways. Like boring is like, girl, I'm like, this season is a chore. That's how boring it is. And then bad can be, it's like, oh, it can be bad for different reasons. Maybe the winner I don't like as much. Not that I don't like any of the winners, but maybe the winner isn't as strong as I'd liked, or who wasn't who I was rooting for. Maybe the storylines aren't as great. It can really mean a lot of things. Also, sorry guys, when I get into makeup, like, my nose runs. I think I might have like a makeup allergy. Okay, but let's get into season 1 now. Girl, where is it? Right here, season 1. Honestly, I'm gonna put season 1 on, it's boring. I almost put it on good moments, but okay. But to be honest, it's kind of a snooze fest, if I'm being real. Sorry if you can hear the MacBook in the background. I promise the quality will get better. Will it, or am I lying? I'm probably lying, but let's see, season 2. Girl, season 2 is the first season I streamed. It is great TV. That shit, actually, I don't know if I want to put it on God tier. I think it's God tier, but like, we're just gonna keep it there for now. But it is fucking great TV. I think of Tatiana, like, and I don't like you. Or her book was shit. Her trying to launch and sell her book to the judges was shit. She's shit. And then she's like, I would never say that. That is iconic TV. Ooh, girl, my nose running. I don't know if I can put it in God tier just because, honestly, let's look at the season as a whole, because I was going to say Tyra doesn't really do drag anymore, and it's kind of sad to not have your winner still be prominent. But, yeah, I think this is a really good season. Moving on to season 3. Again, season 3 is great TV. Not as good as season 2 for me, but it's a banger. I think of the Boogers versus the Heathers. All of that drama is so good. Shangela is so good in this season. My favorite moment of this season is when it's her and Carmen Carrera. And Carmen gets to choose, and she's like, "Ooh, girl, I want reggae. Please give me reggae." And then Carmen's like, "Oh, maybe I should choose reggae." And then Shangela's like, "You just gave the country bitch country." I think that is so iconic. Okay. Y'all, the commentary might be bad. I'm trying. It's just like, now I'm like, y'all can hear that goddamn microphone, and I'm like, I don't want you to hear it. But you know what? I'm kikiing with you, and let's just talk about season 4. Season 4 has good moments, but it's okay. I just think that the cast of season 4, it's like, we don't really see what they're doing anymore. And again, that is like a major thing about a season, is how many of these characters are still prominent. Like, that is a part of Drag Race, we get to know these new queens, and hopefully we stan them, and we get to follow their journeys after the show. And I don't think that the season 4 queens really had that presence. And then when you get to the winner, it's like, ooh, that's kind of tarnished. And then everything with Fifi is just like, not that I don't like Fifi, but it's just like, there's so much drama to where it's almost like, I have hair in my mouth. Hold on. Girl. Anyways, there is really good drama in this season. And some really funny moments. My favorite moment from this season is Latrice being like, I looked over at Miss O'Hara and I realized that she was ugly. And I've made peace with that. That is so funny. Also, Y'all tell me I did not kill this look. I look so good. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm literally like a fucking snot fountain. Y'all are like, you're disgusting. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I get it. Moving on to season 5. Where the hell is this? Season 5's promo I don't like. But season 5 is great TV. Do I like it as much as season 3 or season 2? No, I don't. I know that's controversial because people are like, oh, season 5 is one of the best seasons. It's good. It's just for me, I don't know, I guess I watched season 2 and 3 before it, and I really resonated like with Shangela and Jujubee and Tatiana. And season 5, it's like I love that top 5, top 6, but it's just not, for me, I'm not as close with them in my parasocial relationships. I'm just like, And also season 5's like, the early outs of season 5 are not as iconic, I don't think. I look so good though. Sorry, I'm just like looking at myself in the camera. Okay, season 6. Another controversial opinion. It is great TV. Do I like it more than season 5? I don't think so. And I don't like it more than season 2 or 3. I really love season 2 or 3. Like, people sleep on those seasons. They are so good. Season 6, Bianca Del Rio is iconic. I love when the show just gives you a strong front runner and they're not trying to like fake you out or like, I like a close-knit competition, but sometimes you just want to see a queen bulldoze, and that's what Bianca did. I really like a lot of the Laganja drama. I'm somebody who watches Drag Race, and I'm like, give me drama. So I really like that. I don't really have much to say about season 6, to be honest. Season 7, this might be controversial. Well, I'm gonna put good moments, but okay. Like, it's a good season. I really think that, and I think it has a good winner, even though apparently Violet's being problematic as of recently. But then again, what's new with Violet? Let's be real. But this is a good season. It has a really iconic cast that is still so successful today. And it really launched what modern Drag Race is. Although that's a good thing and a bad thing, because I feel like we don't get as much iconic drama nowadays, but we do get some iconic fashion. And it really, I don't know, I feel like the season launched Drag Race into the mainstream. I mean, you could argue season 9 did that with VH1, but like this is like the start of modern Drag Race. Season 8. I like it more than season 1, but season 8's boring. I'm sorry. It's just, it's not good. I hate to say it, it's not good. It has a good winner and it has that going for it, but it's just like, I don't remember any iconic moments from that season. And I'm sure y'all can probably tell me in the comments, but it's like, I watched that season and I don't have much to show for it. Bob is one of my favorite queens to ever be on the show, but I just don't think the season lives up to how iconic Bob is. And I feel like Bob has more iconic moments off the show than he does on the show. Season 9. I'm gonna put season 9. Where am I gonna put it? Season 9 is great TV. I would honestly, do I like it more? I think I like it. I think I like it more than season 6. Season 9 is a really good season. It's another one with a really iconic cast, and it kind of launched modern Drag Race as well. It was the first season on VH1. Now, I don't know. It's like, Sasha Velour, she's a good winner, but like, I was not that invested in her. I really love a lot of the untucked moments. You know, you have Aja versus Valentina. You have Who's After Peppermint, that's really good. You have Eureka and Charlie Hides when Eureka's like, oh, that was intense. Or so, she says something like that, and it was really funny. But, you know, the Valentina mask thing, there was a lot of good drama. You have Eureka going home. And then we have season 10, and season 10 goes in good moments, but just okay. I'll say no, that's where it deserves to be. Actually, I think I liked season 4 more than season 7. But season 10, it's a weird season, you know. It has some great queens, but it's just, I don't know, those challenges don't really, it's just a weird season where it's like it's going, but you're just like, I don't really care. But it's not boring. So I just feel like it goes in good moments, but okay, because there are some iconic moments in season 10. But I don't have much to say about it. It's like I can say that season 10, honestly, does it go on boring? I remember being entertained by it more than season 1 and season 8, though. And it's hard to say season 8 is boring. I'm thinking about changing that because I'm like, season 8, I watched it just fine. Like, I enjoyed it. But I don't know. I'm like, I look back at it, I'm like, ooh, boring. Nothing happened. Anyways, enough of that. Moving on to season 11. Oh, girl. Season 11 is great TV. I'm going to put this right under season 9. Season 11 is so good, and it brought back that early season cast drama that I really liked. But, people did not like it. The modern Drag Race fandom cannot handle it. And they were harassing the queens. And let me just say this. I was an original Raja O'Hara stan. I was like, she's so funny. I'm on her side in the drama. Not that it matters, because I can actually watch drama and not, like, go attack the queens. I can be invested in it and choose a side without it being toxic. But, yeah. This season is so good. There's so many iconic personalities. Miss Vanjie coming back is so good. Again, I love Raja. I loved her then. I love her now. I'm excited for Canada versus the World. Spoiler alert on that cast. She's on it. So is Silky. I fucking loved Silky. Silky is so iconic in that season. People want to be like, yeah, she knew. Let's be real. She knew the cameras were there, but, like, it was good TV. Y'all may not have liked what she was saying, but you cannot say she wasn't funny. Now we're on season 12. Honestly, this was the first season I ever watched live. It's gotta go in God tier. There's so many iconic moments, so many iconic queens, and this season just has such a special place in my heart. We have Drag Race France down there. Nikki Doll in Early Out. I think she plays, like, what, 9th, 11th? I don't fucking know. But the fact that she hosts her own franchise, this is such a successful season. And even somebody like Widow Von Du, who went out a bit earlier, she still won a challenge. She still slayed that first episode. It was honestly just amazing. Like, Nicki Minaj being on the first episode. It is such a good season. Jada Essence Hall is such a good winner. Heidi N Closet, like, it's just immaculate. I love, and, oop. Let me shut down. Let me reboot. Fucking Jackie Cox versus Widow Von Du is one of the best lip syncs of the entire show, and people sleep on it. I was like, it was so beautiful. That's the only lip sync I've ever watched and cried to, like, because it was that emotional. Season 13. Ooh, girl. I'm gonna have to put it on the higher end of boring, above season 8. Honestly, I'm gonna move season 10 down to boring. I just actually don't think it's that entertaining. Like, season 13 is definitely more entertaining than season 10, but I had trouble getting through this season. And this is how I felt for season 14 too. Spoiler alert. I don't know what. Season 14 is still, it has good moments, but it's just okay for me. Season 14 was so boring for me. I don't know why. After Cornbread left, I was genuinely like, just don't care. I was not invested in any of the queens. I guess I'm talking about season 14 now. I wasn't invested in any of the queens. Like, by the end, I was kind of like, oh, I like Lady Camden, but, like, for me, it's not great. I really liked Diabetes by the end of it. I liked that drama. Jasmine Kennedy. I think they really missed out having June be an early out. Y'all need to go watch Binge Queens, because June is genuinely so entertaining and funny on Binge Queens. It's where they like react to Drag Race. But season 13, I really love Candy. I really love Simone. For me, season 13 is one of those fashion seasons. Like Gottmik and Simone really brought it with the fashion. And I think it was a really progressive season. I'm pretty sure it was the first season to have a trans contestant on. And so I really loved that. But yeah, I think that for me, modern Drag Race is kind of getting a little stale, and they're doing all these things to try and make it more exciting, but it's just like, girl, I think we need to cut it and go back to basics. So I'm hoping that's what we get with season 15. I'm very excited for season 15. This makeup is inspired by Spice, one of the queens that's going to be on season 15. So that's exciting. The sniff. So disgusting. I'm sorry, you guys. All Stars 1. This is just bad. Like, the format's bad. It's only 6 episodes. There's so many iconic queens that just don't get to show themselves. The challenges, I like a lot of the challenges. Like, I like a lot of the on the street stuff. But it's like the gaffin, and then like, wasn't the first episode like a photo shoot or something? It wasn't a sleigh. It really wasn't. And it has good moments. There are bad seasons that have good moments. Like that whole Mimi Untucked thing, that's great. But that's all you remember from that season. Let's be real. Let's be fucking real. Although the fucking, the lip sync, Jujubee versus, Dancing on My Own. So good. All Stars 2. Girl. This shit is God tier. We all know. Straight off my head, Tatiana versus, Alyssa Edwards is so good. Katya. Come on. Everybody loves Trixie and Katya. Katya fucking slayed this season. I love Katya's fashion because it's not like your modern Drag Race of like, ooh, that's expensive. And that's like, I feel like Katya's fashion had a perspective. And that's what I enjoy about it. I really did like Alaska. I think she might have been given some wins that I didn't agree with. Like the advertisement challenge. First of all, Tatiana should have won that. The only thing people talk about from that advertisement challenge is Tea with Tati. She literally got her own show. So the fact that she was eliminated on that episode when she should have won didn't really make any fucking sense. But what can you do? All Stars 3. This has good moments, but it's okay. It's just... I live for the Ben de la Creme moment. I'm not like upset about that, and I don't really think it derails the season. I think it's good drama. The only part about this season that I dislike is the jury at the end, where it's just like, I think Trixie is a worthy winner, and honestly, I think if Trixie was in that top 2, like if they had chosen just her and Shangela and not done the jury vote, I still might have picked Trixie, and I would have been fine if she would have won. Because I do think Trixie had a good showing on that season. People are always like, oh, Trixie had a bad showing on that season, but I just don't agree. I'm like, she won 2 challenges. She won the ball, and she fucking won an acting challenge. I just don't think it's like, ooh, she was so bad, she's not good at Drag Race. I don't know. I still think it's a really good season, and it has really good moments that people still talk about. All Stars 4. All Stars 4. Ooh. Nobody look at my armpits. Don't do it. All Stars 4. It's good. Is it as good? It's not as good as All Stars 3, but it's still a very good season, I think. Honestly, oh my god, I can hear people outside my apartment. Anyways, it's good. It's not great, obviously. And then, obviously, I was rooting for Manila. She gets eliminated. But one of my favorite queens of all time, along with Bob, Monet Exchange. I love Monet Exchange on season 10. But for some reason, All Stars 4, I don't know, her edit was really weird on that season. And I was just like, ooh, I really did not like her on that season. Like, I was still rooting for her because I'm like, I like her in real life, but whatever's going on screen, not for me. But I still think she deserved to win that season because she had a really great performance on it. But I really don't have much to say about that season. You know, Gia Gunn was really good. But yeah. Oh my god. I'm literally dripping snot. Can you see that? Hopefully not. What's next? All Stars 5. Bad. This season is not good. Why did Derek Barry go home first? Riddle me that. The cast had no chemistry at all. I love Jujubee, and she slayed that season, but Jujubee also was robbed of lots of wins that I think she deserved that she didn't get. Like, I'm sorry, Shay had a great Snatch game, but Jujubee should have won that Snatch game as Eartha Kitt. Ooh. Y'all, I really am gross, so I hope you enjoy that. But, what the fuck was I saying? I think Shay's a deserving winner. So that's great, but it's just kind of predictable. Like, everybody was predicting Shay was gonna win, and then she won. Not much to say about that. We all know that season's not popping, and it was honestly kind of boring. All Star 6. This is God tier. It's my favorite season. I was so excited because I loved Jan from season 12. She was one of my favorites on season 12. And I just love this continued Jan storyline. And to be honest, I don't really think her storyline is over. I think Jan could come back after her second time and actually understand like what the judges were saying about authenticity. But this season reintroduces us to Kylie Sonique Love. It gives a redemption to Raja O'Hara. It's just so iconic. The fashion is so good. The challenges are so good. Everything about it is fantastic. The winner is great. You know, I would have loved a double win with Raja and Kylie, but luckily Raja's coming back on Canada versus the World, so hopefully she wins that. But yeah, there's not really much to say. This is just a fantastic season. Trinity K. Bonet, like, I could go on and on. The silky fucking lip sync SmackDown is iconic. Yeah. All Star 7. I'm gonna say it's God tier, but it's lower God tier. It's good. It is really good, and I loved the format. I love that no one went home. I love just seeing the winners be celebrated. But I think towards the end, it kind of starts to fall apart, where it's like, oh, I don't know. It's just like everybody did good, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I really hated that they cut Monet's lip sync up. They chopped that shit up to make it look like Jinx could have won. It's like, girl, if you're gonna crown Jinx, that's fine, but at least let us see the lip sync. So I didn't like that. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get a tissue. It is so bad. It's so rotted for me. What's that? Oh, girl. This bang is... Anyways. How should we go about this? I think I'm going to go to UK next. UK Season 1. It has good moments, but it's just okay. I like the Davina versus the Vivian drama. But honestly, it's like when you're looking back at the seasons, like, what do you remember? Because I'm not... I remember being entertained by this season. There's the Frock Destroyers, that's great. I loved Cheryl Hole. But it's like, this cast, it's another one of those like, oh, like season 1 of Drag Race or season 4 of Drag Race where it's like, sorry to these girls, but it's like not that iconic. It's like you're not really following these girls' journeys. UK 2 is another one that for me is God tier. It was just such a good season. It was so entertaining. UK Hun is probably one of the most iconic things in my opinion from Drag Race. That song, the performance, that top 4, even though Ahura placed 5th, I still kind of consider her to be top 4. I'm sorry, Ellie Diamond. I'm sorry. It's just how it's gotta be. UK 3, this is gonna be controversial, yeah, Brave. This is great TV. This was a good season, you guys. I like it more than season 4 for sure, but I don't think I like it more than season 6. The Scarlet Harlot drama, that was so reminiscent of right next to it, season 6, Laganja. So that was fantastic. I really loved Kitty. I really loved Ella. Vanity Milan, her lip syncs, some of my favorite of the entire series. Moving On Up is so good. And then, what is that song called? It's like Dangerous. I don't know what it's called, but like that was a great lip sync. Crystal Versace, her mug. God, I wish I looked like her. Her mug is so good. It's just a great season, and I think it gets slept on. Victoria Scone getting eliminated early, Veronica Green coming back. I loved Veronica Green on UK2, and it was sad because I feel like she still hasn't gotten the redemption that she deserves. I'm like, she won a challenge on UK2. UK versus the World, controversial again. Ooh, girl. But I'm going to give this one great TV. Every single episode was great TV. Jimbo and Pangina Heels, in my opinion, have the best talent show performances of the entire show. I was blown away. And the fact that Pangina was only on 4 episodes, and I stand her that hard. Like, she is one of the most iconic Drag Race girls to me. And I haven't seen Thailand. You'll see it's not on here. But, like, Pangina, I stand her, and I need to watch Thailand. I need to get to it. But it's like, there's so much Drag Race, I never have time to, like, start a new one. Or watch an old one, I guess I should say. But, this is an iconic season. It has Jujubee was my favorite. And, honestly, she did kind of flop that first half. But, like, I still enjoyed all of Jujubee's moments from this season. And, you know, the format is crazy. You know, we had Jimbo go home. Jimbo was iconic. But, yeah, and I love Janie Jacquet. I love Holland. You know what? I guess I'll just do Holland next. Holland won. I think it has good moments. I definitely liked it. Honestly, I really enjoyed Holland season 1. It's very choppy. It's very hodgepodge, let's just say. But, like, there's something about it that I just absolutely loved. It brought me back to, like, old Drag Race where it was, like, there was some good drama. Fucking Abby OMG versus Zetterjean. Gnep. I don't even know what that means, but it is such a good moment of TV. Envy Peru is one of the best winners of the entire franchise. And I just think it's fantastic. And I just think, I don't know if that's bad to say, but, like, the Holland, like, Dutch is so funny, and, like, Queen's talking in Dutch. I just think it was so entertaining. And it was so endearing to, like, learn about their culture. Also, I'm sorry, I don't know how loud this microphone is, but, or how loud the fucking vacuum is, whatever, the fan. Holland 2, it's good. I definitely like it. That's where I'm gonna put it. I think it's a really good season. I'll never forgive them though for again, it's another hodgepodge one, but I just for some reason connect so much with Holland. But it's like when they eliminated Kita Minaj for absolutely no reason. She didn't lose the lip sync. She wasn't bad in the challenge. She was against somebody who cheated. Earlier in the season, Fred literally kept somebody based on track record, but then the front runner with 3 wins, you're gonna eliminate before the finale. Oh, okay. It just does not make any sense. Next up, I think I'm gonna go to Down Under. Down Under season 1 is so bad. I love the queens. I was really excited for this season, and boy did it let me down. You know, there's the whole racist controversy, but it's like, even if you have a problematic castmate, like, season 4 we had Sharon Needles. Obviously we didn't know everything about her back then, but, like, even rewatching the season, it's still a good season. Regardless of any of that controversy, Down Under 1 is still a horrible season. There's so much rigging, the editing is horrible. Ooh. As I was saying, there is so much rigging, the editing is horrible. It is just a horrible season. Down Under 2, I'm sorry. I know the finale is about to air, and there's a lot of recency bias. I fucking love Down Under season 2. And to me, this is the greatest redemption in Drag Race history. I have Down Under 1 on my least spot, and I have Down Under 2 in God tier. There's something about Spanky Jackson that is just like, I connect to her so much, and she's like one of my favorite Drag Race queens of all time. She has such a good track record to be in the bottom episode 1 and then slay the rest of the season and never be safe, always be in the top. That is iconic. And I think she's really beautiful. People always they're like, oh, her makeup's bad. I really don't think that. And I always love a queen that's like kind of older and like maybe their makeup isn't as like quote unquote the Drag Race machine makeup, but like I love her. And I think the season is so good. Queen Kong is so good, and I loved her conversation with Hannah because it felt like it had addressed a lot of the issues with season 1 of Down Under. And I think Hannah had some really great moments. Yuri Guy is so good. Like that was a really hard elimination because she had won a challenge. I loved the drag brunch challenge because I'm like, that is what drag queens do in real life. They do drag brunches. So yeah, I fucking love Down Under season 1. Canada season 1 is great TV. It's great TV. The judging, there's never been a season where the judges have a storyline other than this one, where the queens are genuinely like, what the fuck is this judging? Like, I know I didn't do bad. Or Jimbo being like, you need to look up glamour in the English, or in the dictionary or whatever. It's so good. Priyanka is one of the best winners to ever come from the show. Jimbo is one of the most iconic contestants the show has ever seen. Lemon's iconic. There's so much good drama. Like, I thought Boa was really funny. Alona Burley, she brought a lot of good drama. But let's just move on to Canada season 2. I'm sorry. It's hard because I want to put this in both bad and boring. I like it more than these seasons though. But girl, we'll put it above season 1. This season is boring. Some people want to say it's one of the best seasons of all time, and I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You eliminate Stephanie Prince and Eve 6000 early, you're essentially getting rid of all of your iconic personalities. This season was boring. The queens are talented, but I was not entertained by this season. I was much more entertained by UK 3, and I know that's an unpopular opinion, but girl, it must be said. Enough about that. Even though I love the winner and I love a lot of the queens, but like, just my opinion. Canada season 3. I really enjoyed this season. I don't know why I went to bad. I really enjoyed this season. I think it's great TV. It would be in God tier if Fierce Delicious would have won. But that last episode fucked it up so bad. How are you going to eliminate the front runner and not even give them a chance to lip sync? Fierce had the best track record in that season. I'm sorry. There's nothing more to say. Like, Fierce made that season. And then they were just like, yeah, we're going to eliminate you before the final lip sync. Same thing with Kimmy, though. It's like, you guys have never done a top 2. Now, all of a sudden, for season 3, you're going to do a top 2. And I'm sorry, you're going to put Jada Shada Hudson in the top 2, who had the worst track record of the top 4. And not that she's not deserving, but come on. And then you have Drag Race France. And I'm going to say this has good moments, but it's just okay. I definitely liked it more than Holland 2. It's a great season. I think I was so surprised with how well Nikki did as host for her first time. I loved Soa Demuse. I wish she would have won. You know, I think it's just a great season. I don't have much more to say than that. I didn't really like the judges. Lolita Banana should have been in that top 3. She should have won some challenges. And the judges were like, can you stop mentioning your Mexican heritage? Like, we just, like, don't give a fuck. And I was like, are we serious? Notice how Nikki didn't say that, though? It was the 2 other judges. I don't know. I cannot. Anyways, that's my ranking. I hope you liked. I'm sorry that the commentary was, like, bad. It's midnight. And I'm like, I don't want to wake anybody up. It's kind of, like, awkward to, like, talk. But, like, enjoy. Bye. Ooh. Bye. How do I end this?